Tonight, more Q posts as the Washington Post calls Q conspiracy and Trump a con artist. Also, we have connections between the deep state and honeypot human sex trafficking. Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome to Just Informed Talk. For those of you who don't know, I start each and every one of my episodes by thanking each and every one of my subscribers because I really know that this channel would not be possible without you guys. And if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please come here to the landing page and click the big red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. That way you'll be informed as soon as these videos get posted, because as soon as information is made available to me, I make it available to you. Now, we're going to jump right into Q. And I thought I was going to get off easy tonight. I almost was about to go to bed as I'm still sick. Not really getting any better tonight, but I'm here to bring this information to you because it's been brought to me, and that's my promise, is to get it out to you guys as soon as it's made available. Now, what we're going to talk about first is this last post by Q. It says, funny. And then he gives a post to this Washington Post article. And he says, serious, night 5, Q. Now, what does the Washington Post article say? It says, the crisis in journalism that's helping Trump. Okay, so the article goes on to make a lot of very just incredibly awful claims. And some of them are really interesting. But if we just scroll down, I think some of the more important parts of the article, it's really not worth anyone's time to read because it's just another hit piece on Trump and QAnon. But it's interesting. They keep bringing it up. Now, what do they say here? We'll read this last sentence here. It says, and while we all like to imagine that people scrolling social media for information are turning to a national giant like, well, the Post, they could be reading the latest postings from a Russian bot, checking out the latest rant from conspiracy theorist du jour, QAnon, or not reading any news at all. These people are just the worst. I mean, I'm just going to stop here and I have to lay into this person, this idiot that wrote this article. You are a scumbag. You're a traitor to this country, and you have no sense of patriotic duty. You are the worst of the worst. You are the person who will go down in the history books as the one who has subverted what is good and true about our country. You'll subvert our democracy. You'll subvert our republic. You'll subvert our constitutional rights. You'll be the one that brings in the communism. You'll be the one that brings in the traitorous heavy-handed regulations that'll just continually throttle what is fair and free in our country, and you will be the ones who will suffer when it comes out that you have been protecting the evil Luciferian pedophile elite globalists. Not us, okay? You can call us conspiracy theorists du jour. You can call it whatever you want. You can call the president a con artist, but we all know who you are. You're evil. And let's just put a face to this. Her name is H0NEYP0TS. So let's go ahead and everybody, why not? I got 50,000 subscribers. Why don't people start writing this person and telling her exactly what she is? She's a traitor to our country, a shill, and a fraud. Because that's what I think she is, in my opinion. Now, I apologize. I don't mean to get on those kind of hard tangents. But when you look at the way she finishes here, it says, if voters don't know any journalists, it's easier for a would-be demagogue to tell people what they want to hear while vilifying those journalists from the big city who would tell them the truth as playing them for a bunch of rubes. The truth teller is demonized while the con artist goes all but unchallenged. Do you really need me to tell you who wins in this scenario? We all know who lives in the White House now. The con artist is winning, at least for now. Well, I got news for you, Miss H0NEYP0TS. I hope every single person on my channel goes and writes you and tells you exactly what they think about you, because I'm telling you exactly what I think about you right now. I think you're the con artist. I think you're the one that sold your soul. I think you're the one that has no sense of patriotic duty, and you are not the truth teller. You are the bringer of deception. You'll be judged. It's not my place to do that. It is merely my place to point out that you are the con artist, Helene. And Q says it's funny. So, yeah, it's hilarious, obviously. Now, going into the next post, I apologize. I'm still sick, guys, so just bear with me here. It says funny, and he's commenting on his own post here. He says, Facebook, Building 8, China, Q. Well, what is Building 8? Well, it's got 52 open positions. Let's read about it. This is according to Facebook. It says, Building 8's goal at Facebook is to create and ship new category-defining consumer hardware products that are social first. to do so at scale, and to power this with a breakthrough innovation engine modeled after DARPA. As a team of world-class experts, we drive innovation in the areas of augmented and virtual reality, artificial intelligence, connectivity, and more, and operate on aggressive fixed timelines with extensive use of partnerships in universities and small, large businesses. So I think what they're suggesting here, I think what Q's suggesting is quite simply that this program, originally modeled after DARPA, and it all connects back to the life log, as we went over in previous posts here, where Q points out that there was a DARPA project called LifeLog that ended on the same day that Facebook began, and we all know the roots of Mark Zuckerberg and how Facebook began. We all know it's an Alphabet company or an Alphabet agency asset, and yeah. So you guys do the research on that, and I'm going to do my research, and we'll get back to it in one of the next videos, I'm sure. But for now, I'm just going to get through these because I need to get some rest, guys. But it says, an AN0N post here, gap between nights 4 and 5. Q responds, Syria, Q. Well, okay. If you notice, the last time we had a night referenced here, he said that we had these long nights. It was on April 8th. So it was around 3 or 4 days ago, depending on how you look at it. And we have an incredible explanation from Q. He's saying this whole Syria thing has taken up everyone's time, and they were having these nights that were set up to expose things, and that whole operation had to stop while they took care of the Syria situation. Very reasonable in my opinion. Now, we have an AN0N post here. He says, Q, can you double confirm the number 17 was regarding the jerseys that I said in the last video? When I asked yesterday for confirmation, AN0Ns are bringing up every other 17 under the sun, Kek. For those of you who don't know, Kek is Pepe the Frog's country, Kekistan. It's their battle cry. Just had to point that out. And if you guys don't get that reference, then you got to do a little more research. But Q responds. He says, Alan, welcome aboard, plane 17Q. I kind of scratched my head for a second until I found a piece that was put up by a great artist on the AN0N boards, and he said, and he points to this, which is a flight log from who else but Jeffrey Epstein's private plane. Now you can see the number 17 is the date, November 17th, from 2005, and you see Alan Dershowitz seated on this plane 2 times. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? Well, he said very inquisitively, is that the connection? I think it is. And what we're talking about here is that the 17 is saying, we know what's going on, and maybe he's finally turned over and told us everything that we need to know. We have the evidence. We have everything we need on Epstein and everyone involved. So that's definitely something to look at in the future. So the next post is very interesting. All right, now it links to this article here. This article is talking about Trump signing into effect today the laws that punish websites for sex trafficking. Now, it's been revealed in an article that just was put out today, I believe, by All News Pipeline, which they seem like they've done their research, having read through this article. But it talks about the fact how the indictment that's been unsealed against the people who run Backpage suggests that, and they're suggested by the research councils, that 73% of suspected child trafficking reports involved Backpage, and the Trump administration shut them down. Now, you can read through this article if you want. I'm not going to go through every single thing, but I'm going to give you a few of these examples of what was going on in the Backpage and what's been going on with these sex abuse cases. It says a case in Atlanta, Georgia, of a 12-year-old girl whose pimp regularly tasered her and even forced her to work while pregnant with his child. Disgusting. A New York City case of a 13-year-old girl who was regularly beaten and even kicked down a stairwell for trying to escape her pimp. This is awful. A Miami case of a 13-year-old girl whose pimp had tattooed his name on her eyelids. A Seattle case of a 15-year-old girl who was sold for sex more than 150 times. A Chicago case of a 16-year-old girl suffering from depression. Now you can see it goes on and on. So there's certainly just so much here that is disturbing, and we should definitely be in favor of what Trump's doing here. Now, it says, according to the latest report from the NCMEC, 73% of the suspected child trafficking reports it's received from the public involved back page. So you see what we're dealing with here, and Trump's trying to put it to an end. And this is a lot of what's unsealed, the unsealed indictments that are coming out now. So, quite frankly, this is what you get when you have evil in society that goes completely unchecked. And finally, Trump has stepped in to put a check to them. Now, Q goes on to say, study carefully Facebook, Instagram with Ray Chandler, Twitter, etc., honeypots, Q. Now, if you want to learn more about what he's referencing here, go back. I don't know why my videos won't pop up, and watch these two videos. And you'll understand exactly what he's referencing, the Rachel Chandler Instagram, where there's just all these disturbing pictures of kids and young adults in sexual positions. And what Q is suggesting basically is that they're honeypots, and they've been, and if you guys don't know what a honeypot is, that's kind of like a deep state sex operative, somebody who uses their sex to blackmail or draw out information from people who obviously are weak of mind and spirit, and go and imbibe in the flesh of young children, which is just sick and disturbing, and we have to put a stop to it. But that's what that is. Now, the next one just says, Q, you have it all. He's referencing this one right here. The AN0N says, you have it all. And Q says, we certainly do, Q. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get that update up there really quick. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. If you guys are looking for a way to support the channel, please come here and click the subscribe button. That's the easiest and best way. If you have not clicked that subscribe button, please come and do it. And also, please go down in the comments and leave your thoughts and your insight about what you think these posts mean, because I'll be spending the next day or two probably reading through each and every one of them. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Now, if you're looking for another way to support the channel, come over here to patreon.com. That's patreon.com. And you can support this channel and keep it going. So I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who comes here. And all you have to do is search Just Informed Talk, come to this landing page, click the red button to become a patron. You can check out my rewards and my goal. And that is definitely a big help to the channel. Now, what we're going to get into here tonight is very simple. I know I just got a little upset at this person who, obviously, I don't want anybody to go bully her or harass her. But I do want everyone to go and tell her what you think of what she puts up there. Because I'm just saying what my opinion is about her calling the President of the United States a con artist. Okay? And calling the QAnon phenomena a conspiracy du jour. I just think there is too much of this complete insanity by the left and their Bezos-controlled Washington Post that wants to go on here and hit the president and hit QAnon and just tell the patriots of this country who are fighting to keep this country alive that we're all just suckers and rubes in a game, and that we need to trust all the big city reporters because they know the truth. And they're totally not involved with Operation Mockingbird or the CIA. And even if this person isn't directly involved with it, her corporate overlords are certainly involved. So please, read this article and go and make a comment and let Helene know exactly how you feel. Okay? But going back to what I do this channel for, we're going to just do a really quick Bible reading because I want to talk about this and probably talks a lot about what I've done tonight here. But it's Proverbs chapter 22, verse 17. It says, "Listen closely, pay attention to the words of the wise, and apply your mind to my knowledge. For it is pleasing if you keep them within you, and if they are constantly on your lips. I have instructed you today, even you, so that your confidence may be in the Lord. Haven't I written for you 30 sayings about counsel and knowledge in order to teach you true and reliable words so that you may give a dependable report to those who sent you? All right, so that's very appropriate. You know, I put my faith in the Lord first, and I think everyone should do that. You should put your faith in the Lord first and make sure that He's on your lips always. Because the one thing I think we miss out on when we're trying to deliver dependable reports is the fact that God is what is the most dependable. And God is the Savior of, and Jesus is our Savior, and we have to focus on them first. And the minute that we think that this QAnon thing and Trump and what's going on in the human world is more important, that's when we've failed to remember God. So I just want each and every one of you to take away from this video that God is here and He is with you, and He will help us through these times as long as we put our faith in Him. There's a lot of evil. There's a lot of depravity. I've seen things that are just despicable and evil and deplorable and the worst kind of attack on humanity and godliness that I've ever seen, where, you know, go look it up. You have Will Ferrell on some guy named Chris Gethard show. He has a show or something somewhere on some channel, and he's doing satanic rituals on TV, and they think it's funny. You know, or look at this Rachel Chandler thing. I mean, just go back and watch those videos, guys. There's a lot of evil out there, especially in this world today, in our country even. And there's a lot of good, though, and we have to focus on the good. So if you're out there and you're having doubt, just remember that the Lord is with you. The Lord is your shepherd, and the Lord will keep and take care of each and every one of you. So trust in the Lord. Have faith in God, and you will be saved. But that's where I'm going to leave it tonight. I need to get some rest. I'm really hoping, I'm going to try to punch out here because I hope Q doesn't post anything else. But that's going to be it for me. I want to say thank you all for watching. Remember, if you have not hit the subscribe button, please come here and hit the subscribe button. And but that's going to be it. I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. God bless and Godspeed to all of you, Patriots.